gonna talk it up. You know the Glock's out. If the boy disrespect gang, we don't chalk him out. I see them kids with a guard that I'm hopping up. Boom, boom, boom.
All right, what's good, y'all? Welcome to the Soft Spot. We appreciate the support you've been giving us, and if you want to be a part of the next video or give us suggestions for any topics, link in the description down below, and everything's in the description down below.
So before we start, first of all, we want to thank everybody for their support from the first video to this one. I mean, it means a lot to us. Trying to get the views up. If you watch on a weekly basis, big shout out to you. If not, whatever. Shit, as long as you do something, bro, we be happy, we thankful. Today, kind of talking about I used to like a sad topic, I guess. We're gonna give our insight on the Dante Wright and Adam Toledo situation. So if you don't know, Dante Wright, I think he was like 19 to 20, like not too much older than we are. He got stopped for like a traffic violation. And from what I read, he had like outstanding warrants or whatever. But like a female cop, she was a cop for like 26 years. She shot him with a gun that she thought was a taser. So he's dead. He had like a little kid too. And Adam Toledo, that happened like last month. He's a 13-year-old kid from Chicago. He got stopped by the cops. He was complying, had his hands up and everything. They still tried to kill him. So.
I seen like the chief like police of that area was like reading like a statement about it. And they was talking about how he's talking about how they keep like their guns on their dominant, like wherever your dominant hand is, that's where your gun's gonna be. And then where you're not dominant handed, that's where your taser's gonna be. Like how you get that mixed up, bro? Like your taser's gonna be, let's say she's right-handed, your taser's gonna be on your left side. So like they train you to know that. So it's not like it wasn't a mistake. And then another thing I saw was I saw a friend of mine post this, and it was like they think the Skittles are a gun, a phone is a gun, a sandwich is a gun, but a gun is a taser. Like that was like real facts, bro. Niggas is dumb as hell. Like there's no way you thought that was. And like after you let off, like didn't she like shoot more than one time?
Yeah, definitely, bro. And a taser is like a taser. It's a one-shot thing. Like you can't.
Yeah.
Put trigger too many times. It's literally a one-shot thing. You get shot and that's it.
Yeah. So I saw an Instagram post. It was like it had a gun and a taser, right? And then it said, like one's in the dominant hand, one's in the non-dominant, and it was like listing a bunch of stuff like the taser is yellow and the gun's black, and like it basically said, none should be used at a traffic stop.
Right.
So it was basically saying like whether it was a gun or a taser, it should not have been used like in the first place. And I agree with that because like I feel like cops should take it a little bit slower and a little bit like more strategic with how they like deal with people that they're coming up to and they think that it's a threat. That's pretty much like the whole basis of like how cops think or how cops like approach situations.
For me, it's like a few things, right? So the main thing to me is like, all right, if she was a rookie, like, okay, I'm not saying it's okay, but I can understand making a mistake between the gun heads, right? If you're a rookie, like first day on the job, like intimidation, generally all that stuff, I could have said. But if you're a cop for 26 years, like you definitely know which one is a taser, which one is your gun. Like it's not a hard distinction. That's one. Two. Well, I think it's crazy because it's like usually when you see stuff like this, like at least for us, it's like the victim's like a lot more older than we are. But like now we see somebody who's like a year or 2 years older than we are. It's kind of not scary, but it's like it's just wild because it's like shit, it could really happen to anybody at any moment. And then also it's like I think the weirdest thing, bro, is like whenever a black person gets killed by the cops, like white people they always try to justify it any way they can. It's like weird. So I guess at least from what I read, I'm not sure if it's true or not. Don't say right. He like what's it called? He had an outstanding warrant for like an armed robbery. Try to use that to justify him dying. He had a picture of himself holding a gun. Try to justify that. It's like they just try to find everything they can to say yeah he deserved to die. But it's like people commit much worse crimes, bro. It's like you see even like every time a mass shooter does something, bro. Like if you don't kill him yourself, the cops literally go and they walk him out from wherever he's at like a regular person. He don't get hit, he don't get shot, none of that. And nobody has nothing to say. It's always mental health. But don't see right had a gun in the picture or whatever, a warrant, whatever, and they try to use that to say, yeah, he deserves to die. But when it's a mass shooter or not, he's he has mental problems, he needs help. It's just like, it's just weird to me.
So if you pull out, like, say you accidentally, even if you do accidentally pull out your gun, you have time to notice and be like, oh, that's my gun.
Right.
And you can see it. You can see, like he said, it's yellow. You can
and the
see
weight too. The weight is
yellow.
not heavy. A gun is not that light.
Exactly. It's not. You can easily. You obviously your man's is right there, so he's gonna help you regardless. You have time to switch real quick. The fact that you still hold it, no, you obviously can tell there's differences, and you still laid off shots is just crazy.
And in the footage too, you see like he only pulled off because he put out a gun. That's why he resisted arrest. Like people want to say, he didn't resist because she was a female, whatever. It's because he seen her pull out a gun. So it's like, this is my thing. Even like if that was me, bro, I would have tried to pull out too. Because it's like if I see a gun, I'm not gonna stand still, and like because I know it's gonna happen. So it's like obviously I'm gonna try to get away from the situation, like any way I can. It's like so a cop can be armed and fear for their life, but a person who is unarmed has to stand still and comply with a gun in their face. That's just like kind of weird to me. You feel me?
They definitely like pickpocket something. I don't know if it's race or they definitely like pick at something to where they like act on a certain situation.
How do y'all feel about the 13-year-old kid getting killed even though he was blind?
Being on like a neutral side, right? Now the question would be, okay, was he like linked to something, to like a murder or something? Do they have his face?
Nah, he was just stopped. He was just stopped. That's really what it was.
So now what you would say is like, okay, like at that point, why would he do that? If there was nothing, you know what I mean?
So I mean, like it is Chicago, you feel me? So it's like,
yeah,
just that's city or whatever it is in general, just like a crazy place for me. And I think it's like, shit, you're in Chicago in the hood, you see somebody just roaming streets at night, any cop is gonna stop him just because they're crazy out there. That's one too. I hear a lot too. Like the cops in Chicago, they do whatever and get away with it.
Because at that point, you're like, damn, like, what are y'all, like, how do you even go to court or whatever and like defend yourself?
I think it's like, bro, he was 13 years old, cuz.
Yeah.
Nigga barely got to live, bro. Feel me? Niggas like what, 7th grade at the time, 13 years old. Yeah, that's crazy, bro. Could even like really experience life, but he had to deal with death like an adult, and they got shot by the cops. But that's just crazy shit to me. It's wild.
And that's just the place they live in.
Right.
And
just like, I think now it's like between Dante and Adams, you can see it's like, bro, that should happen to anybody, no matter who you are. Like, shit, you could be 50 years old, probably even fucking 10, you should get hit by the cops. Like, and then they'll just get off because that's the system.
Even with stuff like getting pulled over, it's like I feel like they just do what they want because
yeah, definitely.
I did get pulled over a few times, and it was like the one that you guys saw in one of the like old videos. I was just chilling there, So it's like, even though that specific cop was all right, but it's like, like what's the reason at that point, Like off video, it did happen. I think twice, and then what's it called? He was just like, oh, okay, like what's it called? We ran your plates, like who does this belong to? Like he was asking like mad questions, like what's it called? Like me and the person who was like, oh, are you being held like hostage or whatever?
Yeah.
I was like, why are you asking these questions? Yeah.
Now one time my man's over the summer, he took a little road trip and everything. He got stopped a few times. They thought he was like trafficking drugs. He was driving regular, wasn't doing nothing crazy. He got stopped like good 2 or 3 times because he was suspected of trafficking drugs and shit like that. How did you feel like when he asked you that? Like, what was your thought process at that moment?
Bro, I was like, what do I got, or what's my image, right? That makes you ask that question,
Right.
My car, it is kind of like one of those like ones that that would get pulled over. I see that, You know, I see it's nighttime. I see all this stuff, but like, damn, it's like, you know,
It's like, what did you do
yeah,
to make? Like, what did you do personally to make him think that you would
yeah,
be
yeah,
in a
yeah.
situation like that? Yeah, it's kind of fucked up, no bro.
And they should just come, like, all right, for cops to be good, they have to come at everybody the same way,
Right.
which they, you know, more than likely not, they probably don't do that.
But do you think like the police system and police in general like out to get you, or like they're bad people, or like what do you think it is?
At this point, I just don't. It's not the. Yeah, I'm Cuba. I just don't care anymore.
Heavy, bro.
At this point, it's like y'all. I feel like these people.
They're just gonna do what they do,
Yeah, bro.
you know.
I'm always gonna walk out the house with a chip, like have to look over my shoulder, even if it's not with cops, just niggas in my hood, bro. Because
Definitely.
it's the same thing. I feel like black men in general, they always have to walk out scared because we never know if we come home that same day.
Hear that?
And that's real talk. Every time I leave my house, I'm always scared. Like it's not like I show them the fear, but inside, like deep inside, I'm terrified, bro.
Yeah.
Right.
That's like me leaving my house. The last time I might see my mom, my sister, my grandpa. Like I would probably never see y'all niggas again. I don't know. So it's just wild. So I just right now, bro. Like I just don't care.
Heavy.
I feel like the system is like the way it is. It really never changed all the way from, you know, it's slavery to now. You know, it's like blame on the system.
But it
So
was created. Police were created for slaves to bring
yeah,
them back to where they was at.
so there could be like, what I'm trying to say is there could be like good cops, bad cops, but that's not. That's just like a good cop. The good cop would be like, okay, with what I got, like with the system that I'm dealing with, I'm trying to like make it as nice as I can for you, but I'm still have to do this and do that. The bad cop is like, I accept this system, and I'm gonna fuck you over even more.
Right.
You know?
I think it's like what I think it is, bro. Like in my honest opinion, the way I see it, it's like it goes for like every group of people. Like for me, it's like it's probably a good. It's probably like the majority of the people of a certain group are good people. They do good. They abide the law, all that shit. But the few ones who don't, those are gonna be going to overshadow the entire like people. You know what I mean? Like so, they could be like, where they could be 100 good cops and 5 bad ones. Those 5 bad cops are gonna overshadow the entire 100, and everybody's gonna see cops in general as bad people. And then to go back to Jakai's point, it's like I'm personally I'm not like scared, but it's like I just wonder like okay, like shit, it's something I'm doing when I leave that can get me fucking killed. I mean, cause like shit, bro. I don't care where I'm at, bro. I could be in my neighborhood, somebody else. I always have my knife on me because you know there's some guy at any point. I want to protect myself, but it's like shit. If I got that on me and I gotta take out my wallet, and the cops see that, they don't feel a thing. I'm gonna get shot. Where it's like you kind of always gotta just be careful what you do. It's like I kind of hate it because it's like even when I play football with my friends at the park or whatever, but like I gotta be extra careful just so I make sure that I don't pose no threat, no type of nothing. So it's like I can make sure I get home safe. And it's like everywhere, even from walking around here by myself, just taking a walk, bro. Or walking my dog, it's like I gotta look over my shoulder all the time. I gotta make sure I'm set. Like I gotta. It's like you gotta be extra careful. We can't even like, enjoy so much of the time because you gotta worry about what's gonna happen to you. Feel me?
I'm not gonna say names. There was a kid from my school, right? He basically so it's like a friend group of like four of us, right? So I'm in this, and we all go to this one kid's house. He leaves, right? We all leave from the kid's house, and he's walking around. He's trying to go back. He's running around. He's like knocking. He knocks on the wrong one, and on the like the door, right? The front door has a camera. So what the person sees on the camera, right, is like this kid. He's walking. He has a phone, and it's a black phone case, and it's like a 7, 8 plus, whatever. So it's like it's pretty big. So and he's like pulling it out of his like jeans, which are like pretty tight. So you know what that's looking like, right? So
Yeah, definitely.
yeah, so a few like hours later, like an hour later, I guess the SWAT team and like all the police are like surrounded around his house, right? And they're like coming at him, and then it's like all on the like the city news or whatever.
A SWAT team for one person with a possible firearm? That's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Entire SWAT team, nigga, that's just extra, bro.
Yeah.
That's actually
Wow.
crazy. That's actually fucking crazy, bro. Whole entire them niggas is for like fucking terrorists and niggas with WMDs, not for a nigga with a fucking little ass pistol, or whatever. Like, that's actually wild, bro. I can't believe that shit.
Right.
That is crazy. When y'all like out, like, how do y'all feel when you're outside in public? Like, what do you feel? Like, even aside from cops, like, just with people in general, like, you gotta feel like you gotta, you know, be a certain way or like be real contempt or actually careful.
I was saying, I always gotta just like know my surroundings and the people around me. I feel like that's what it's like pay attention for.
Yeah, I always feel okay. So I feel like everything revolves around like running from the cops. I feel like in society, because like everybody's like, oh, you know, like they're scared to do stuff. They're like, you know, let me not like drive too fast. Let me not do this. Let me not do that. You know, and they're not living life to the like nobody's living life to the fullest because if you're under any system, but
Right.
it's definitely like, you know, a little bit scary. But that scariness is just like kind of ingrained in you because you're just already used to it. So it's like, damn, like I'm already just kind of limited.
Kind of like I said earlier, you know, I'm just always like extra careful. You feel me? Shit, if I go to the store, bro, I make sure I know exactly what I'm getting when I go in there, bro. I don't roam around. I go where I gotta go, and I'm out. Nigga, I go to a grocery store, close, whatever. Bro. It's like you just gotta be. I feel like I gotta watch my back all the time, bro. It's like shit. I think what it has to do with it too is like it's always with perception. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, you see me in the street, you gonna think, oh yeah, he's black, so that's automatically a threat. You feel me? So it's like, shit, bro. The damn cashier, you know, I know myself. I'm a chill person. I don't start no trouble. I do what I gotta do. I'm out the way. That's how I've been all my life. But a cashier or a cop may see that and be like, well, nah, he's probably up to no good. And then shit, next thing I know, I end up on somebody's news channel or something on a t-shirt or something like that. It's like, shit, bro. It's like, perception can really play a big factor in the outcome of your life and like what you deal with. All right, so everybody, thank you once again for tuning in. This time, y'all gotta interact in the comments a little bit too, because they be looking dry as hell. But yeah, interact in the comments, man. Hit us up in the DMs, whatever. You know, be always available. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure you share the video, all that stuff. Yeah, and be safe.
Smoke a oppa, then I face that. Tell the oppa get his face back. I did some shit I cannot take back. Real nigga had to face that. BM is a snitch. She's trying to build a case.